Warning: if you might be offended by foul language or off-color jokes, now is the time to kindly fuck off.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Londoner Calling Pubcast. I'm Ben Dravic, joined as always by Barry Tate. Barry, how we doing today?
Shit,
what's wrong?
We got no guest.
No guest? That's okay. We got each other.
I want that.
Well, anyways, we're going to talk about Fantasy Premier League. We're going to talk about the results of the Premier League last weekend and have a little look ahead to some of the games this weekend.
So you got to listen to us two again. I'm really fucking interested, as you know. No boring fucker over there. You got to listen to him for 20 minutes.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about FPL, as we discussed a little last week. Going to continue that. Talk about some of our FPL, Fantasy Premier League, the league your bar has going.
Don't give me with fucking letters and numbers and
my bad.
LLL and LL and LOF
Fantasy
and all that shit.
Premier League is what we'll be discussing. We'll also discuss the results.
No one says words anymore, do they? It's all letters, isn't it?
I mean, that's just how you say it. It's just FPL.
LOL and, you know, what the WTF
acronyms.
and, I've got to work it out sometimes. They extend me something. Oh, fuck me. What the
you don't
fuck
even know
does
what
that
it
mean?
means.
Why don't you talk properly and just do it in Cockney rhyming slang?
There you go. So, Barry, let's start.
And we don't get political, but we might do a little bit of. They've got that thing, they're having a debate.
Yeah. The presidential debate.
It's just and it's just with the cameras and it's him against her.
Yeah.
Trump against Harris. But then they said they're doing another one, and he said he wants it where you can have like 20,000 people in it.
Damn.
So she wants the debate, and he wants a mass debate.
Yeah, I saw that he doesn't want the debate
right.
to be fact checked or something, which sounds weird.
You missed that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I said he wants a mass debate, and you fucking missed it.
I missed that. That's on me. I was already thinking ahead.
I've been waiting to do that all week, that one.
No, that was good. I should have given... No, that was good. That was good. That's on me for missing it. That's on me.
Just fucking listen.
All right, well, let's go into the Premier League from the last weekend. Let's start on a positive note for you. Chelsea scored 6 past Wolves. How are you feeling? Any more confident after that, or do you think it's a one-off?
I was a little bit upset about it. I mean...
Could have had 7.
I was expecting 8 or 9, yeah.
8 or 9.
I mean,
the way it was
I mean,
going, I mean, good God, y'all were firing in at a crazy rate.
I mean, I know the second half, the first half, and obviously the second half we turned it. I mean, one thing about it, actually, Craig Burley said that they were playing it a lot faster, because sometimes when I watched them last year, I don't mind you see England do it sometimes. A lot of teams do it.
Down,
it starts at the back, and I know you're looking for a space or you're looking for something that... I can just go at them, you know? And I know you can't do it.
No, Madueke. Did you see what Madueke posted on Instagram before the game?
Something about Wolves, did it? Because they're pissed off with him,
Yeah, so he meant to post to his private Instagram story, but he posted on his public Instagram story where we can see it. And he literally just posted saying everything about this place is shit, with Wolverhampton as the location. Being like, he's probably there the night before the game, and he's just like, this place sucks. So obviously that he posted that on his main story. Everybody sees it, screenshots it, and he posts again saying, wrong account, my bad, can't post anything on here anymore. So he goes...
You said that. He had to prove himself.
So he goes and literally calls the city shit, and then goes and drops a hat trick on their head the next day. He's probably the most hated man in Wolverhampton right now by a mile. Could you imagine some player literally calling your team city shit and then he's the one that bags a hat trick on you the next day? Oh, I'd be fuming if I was a Wolves fan.
And I think he saved himself with Chelsea because they were looking to sell him just to get the money because he's through the academy. And he just got called up to the academy.
You bought him from PSV a year ago.
Okay, prove me wrong. Just fucking ignore it. If I'm wrong, don't fucking point it out on air.
The viewers to
and make me look. Do you think they know anything, the viewers?
I want them to get the right information.
Fucking right information. They don't know anything. They haven't got a life.
Okay, viewers. Anyways, Madueke. Yeah, I agree. He was someone that was maybe on the outs at Chelsea last year a little bit, not starting consistently.
And he got called up for England today.
Did he really?
Yes.
Good for him. That's really deserved. He's been in really good form this year. So obviously,
and you're not going to say I'm wrong about that one. Prove me wrong about that.
I trust you.
Say all right then.
I trust you. We'll give you some trust on that one. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Arsenal with a big win over Aston Villa on the road. A game that's given us a lot of trouble.
I didn't watch the game actually, but I mean, what I read at first, it's Villa kind of missed some chance.
They did. Raya had a
they did. Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Unreal with the ball hit the bar and he missed it, but it bounced back out and he got up from literally being behind his own goal line to jump forward and palm the ball away. It was one of the best saves I've seen in a long time. It was spectacular to keep the game at 0-0. And then Mr. Clutch, Leandro Trossard, comes on off the bench. I think it was his second touch of the game, and he bags.
Did he get into it with your manager? I read something. He was a bit pissed off with your manager.
No.
Is he doing okay?
He's doing good. Yeah, he's doing good.
Because I know they never start him very rarely, do they?
Yeah, he's been more of a super sub for us because he can play anywhere in that front line. I think he'll start over Martinelli this Saturday against Brighton at home.
I was a super sub in a whorehouse once.
You were what? A super sub
in a whorehouse.
You tag in?
Oh, you're no good. But Barry, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, then.
You tagged in the whorehouse and it worked well?
Yeah.
So, huge win for Arsenal.
I did it for free.
There you go. Another big game for us this weekend. Brighton at home on Saturday. Brighton, by the way, huge win over Manchester United at the Death.
I don't know. I'll get more enjoyment. See, that's
for
me and you are
different.
I'll get more enjoyment out of watching Man U lose than watching Spurs lose.
Well, yeah, because you probably hate Man United more than you hate Tottenham. I hate Tottenham more than I hate Man United. But I get that. And it was the way it went down, too. Did you see the disallowed goal for Man United?
No, I didn't.
So they crossed the ball in, and Xerxes tries to slide to reach out and poke it in.
I did see it.
He tries to, so for those that missed this, he tries to slide to poke it. He misses it, but his momentum is carrying him forward. The ball then goes past him to Garnacho, who's creeping in at the back post. Garnacho shoots the ball. It's going in, but as the ball's going in, it hits Xerxes, who is sliding, goes off his knee and in the net.
It's a natural for a...
It is.
Yeah,
There's nothing he can do to stop his momentum. But Garnacho's ball, before it went in the net, as it was crossing the line, hit Xerxes' knee and went in. Yeah. Xerxes is technically at that point in an offside position, and the goal was called back, and then Brighton at the Death won the game. Well, then they won the game at the Death. João Pedro with a header late in the game.
Again, 10 Bob.
Yeah.
Bringing in the subs when I don't think he needed it.
Yeah. I thought they were playing all right.
Yeah, he took Maguire off. He wasn't playing a stinker. And then just why put Maguire off and then put some? If you take Maguire off, it might be okay. You're losing, and you want to have a forward on.
Yeah,
I can live with that.
Sense.
But don't take one and just replace him with someone else when it.
I get maybe you're going for the win, so you take a little defense off to go for the little offense, and you are Man United. You want to start the season strong.
I think that's been
they've been spending a lot too. Yeah. They're adding Ugarte as well now from PSG, another £50 million player. So that's going to bolster their midfield probably in replacement of Casemiro, who definitely looks to be a little past it at this age. Obviously, we talked about that last year, and we saw it last year.
And Johnny Evans, is he still?
He's still there. Yeah, Johnny Evans and Casemiro were playing centre back last year.
Johnny Evans retired from international football. I'm thinking, fucking retired from football, mate, not international football.
Well, I mean, making good wages at Man. I remember he went to Man United as like a super spare option 2 years ago.
Well, he wants to get into the management side of things.
Well, then he suddenly became important with all the injuries they had, and now they're keeping him there. It's crazy career, honestly, to go from Leicester and then just rejoining Man United.
Obviously, there's only 2 games into the season, but if you're looking for the first manager to go, it's up. Who are you going to bet on him? 10 Bob?
I mean, if I'm being honest, the likelihood is that it's one of the teams closer to relegation, like a Southampton or an Ipswich maybe. But if we're looking at the big clubs...
Think are they all going to be... Do you have to wait till after Christmas before you do that? Most of them wait till Christmas.
I think around Christmas we'll be able to assess like who's really struggling in the league. And again, it's 2 games, so I don't want to say because Ten Hag could go on a big run here. Obviously, that really starts this week. We'll talk about it a little bit more. They have Liverpool this Sunday. Massive, probably the biggest game. It is the biggest game of the weekend. Let's call it what it is. It is the biggest game of the weekend. So if I'm Ten Hag, there's a lot of pressure coming off a loss. You're Man United, and the thing for him too is he's been given a lot of funds. He's been given ample money to buy what he wants, and he basically bought Ajax again. He bought Mazwari, he bought De Ligt, he brought in Ugarte, as I just said.
Funds doesn't equal fun.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. He brought in Xerxes. Obviously, there's some injury still with Hojlund being out. And their new center back, Lenny Yoro, as well, the 18-year-old. He's young, he's developmental. But it doesn't look like they've gotten incredibly better from last season, in my opinion.
10 Bob's worth 10 Bob, Mason Mount's worth about fucking 5 Bob now.
Yeah. Mason Mount, another player that he was injured for most of last year, and this year... He's okay, but he hasn't really made his mark at Man United, I feel.
I know it's only 2 games into the season.
It is, but there's still reason to raise concerns because I think we're seeing a lot of the Man United from last season, and I think that their fan base was really hoping for a big jump this offseason. They spent a lot of money. It's he got a new contract. There's a lot more pressure on him to perform.
On her, but on her.
On her, there you
women's
go.
Team.
There you go.
Actually, I just saw today, England women's team are playing the USA women's team in November.
Oh, where are they playing? I did not know where they're playing at.
Watching. On a soccer field.
Okay, motherfucker. I meant where, city-wise, but okay.
I just saw they were playing each other, which is good. We should be busy for that one.
That'll be great.
I'd like to see that one as well.
No, that'll be a really good game. USA coming off the gold medal. England, obviously, very, very strong women's team.
Man United Manchester United could be Manure United.
Manure? You can go with that. I like that.
I think after Christmas they're going to be shit.
Yeah, I think they're shit.
Who else we got here?
I think they're shit right now. Another big win this weekend. Tottenham finally got on the board. 4-0 winners this weekend.
Wasn't it? I saw it was 2-0, and I looked later on, like, fucking 4-0.
I know, yeah. It's a good win for them. It's a good win. They needed to get that after the draw against Leicester.
I'm blank. Who'd they play?
I'm blanking right now, too.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, my God. I know they won 4-0. It was...
I don't matter, viewers, Google it, have a look at it, you'll get it.
They won 4-0 is all that matters. They won 4-0, so good for them. They have a really tough game this weekend. They're at Newcastle, who are coming off a draw, but Newcastle have just battered Tottenham at home in recent memory.
They're coming off a draw, but they also went through in the Carabao Cup, didn't they?
They did go through in the cup. They scored after 28 seconds. Joe Willock scored in the game. Yeah, Isak had it literally 28 seconds. It took him 30 seconds to score.
Yeah, but they went through on penalties, didn't they?
Yeah, they beat Nottingham Forest and went through, but crazy. So... This is a fixture that Tottenham, and I think I'm not trying to slander you, I think their fans would agree, it's pretty obvious they've lost like 6-1 and 5-1 or something in the last 2 years at Newcastle. This is a big one for Big Ange. I think it's a really important that he makes a statement this game in terms of the result, because the fans want to see improvement, and this is a fixture that they've been beaten to death in. It's very similar, in my opinion, to...
Did Newcastle buy any, but they've strengthened this year? I mean,
they got Tonali back finally from the suspension, so it's kind of like a new signing. They haven't been
he did play in midweek.
He did play in the Carabao Cup. It's
still going to take a little bit while, no matter what.
Get fully up to pace, but they are... they're still looking to make moves from what I've read.
Hang on, I've got to say this. Cheryl, they got Tonali back. You'll be okay.
They did. Yes, Cheryl smile and be rejoiced that Tonali is back. I'm sure she knows, and she's very happy to have him back. But back to Tottenham, I think that this is a game that Ange needs a point at least in. He needs to show the fan base that, because they've spent a lot of money, Tottenham. Let's not forget that. Everyone's kind of talking about Man United's money and obviously Chelsea's money. We can talk about that for 8 hours if we wanted to. Tottenham have been pretty big spenders this window, whether it be youth investments or some senior players.
Is Solanke still injured?
Solanke, I think he might be back for this game. I'm not 100% sure. But this is a game...
You didn't do your homework this week, did you?
I know
you've got a job now.
Yeah, I've been working a little bit more. I haven't been as tapped in as I normally am.
Yeah, I'll ask you questions. I don't know, I'm blank. I don't know. I'll look into it.
I've got most of them. There's just a couple I don't know the finer details on, but...
You know, one of the things I do want to do, and I really, because I sent you a link, there's a fella that goes around all the non-league teams and in England, and he does reports on them and that.
Yeah.
And it looks at, there's a fella, I forget his name, he's an Aston Villa fan, but I was talking to him, he's an American. But he goes over to England, but he'll go and watch Leyton Orient, he'll go and watch the non-league teams, and he loves it. And I just like he said, like, when you go to the small grounds, and that's what I like. It's real soccer,
that's
really.
Passion.
Some of this stuff is big and thousands, and it's great, but then there's that side of it, which I would actually
I'll say this, it's easy to an extent to follow Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, right? Mm-hmm. Their games are almost always televised on a major network. Their fan base is massive. Their following is massive. Their social media presence is massive. You can absorb that content very easily. You can find that content, and there is ample amounts of it on the internet everywhere. However, to follow like a Plymouth Argyle or a Leyton Orient, as you mentioned...
I'm trying to get a fella that's a Plymouth Argyle fan.
They got some great fans.
Nick Barkley's a chef here in town. And he's a Leicester fan, but he moved to up near Plymouth. Yeah. So he used to go and watch them. And I think I told you, he texted me the other day.
Yeah, you did.
And he said, I said something about Plymouth. He said, the Green Army. I said, Nick, you probably need about more than 3 fucking fans to call yourself an army. I said that last week. But
it is to follow those clubs, you really do have to go to the grounds or to watch the games. It's not on TV. It's some subscription or whatever.
Maybe you'll get a little tea stall there and sandwiches. And they're all volunteers.
Yeah.
And if I had someone close to me, like if I lived in England and there was a midweek, the local team, I'd go and watch them,
Yeah, why not?
I mean, it's still good football.
It really is. It really is the passionate side of the game. Yeah. Not that there isn't passion at these big clubs,
it's
but
where it should. It's how it starts.
It's a little more core, a little more minor scale.
And again, a lot of them, most of them, they're taxi drivers, electricians. Yeah. They do a job. They go and do, and they train 2-3 times a week. It takes time.
It's a lot.
So I want to get some people on. I like to get people on here The reason I like to get some English people on here because they've been there and they've done it.
They know
and they
it.
can tell us about their experience. It's like when Mike Hewitt was on here and he was saying he used to go to. He's a prick.
Yeah.
They used to go to watch Wigan and when they were non-league and it is that's what I like to.
That's what it's about.
I don't just want the Man United and all these phony fucking Arsenal fans because they're winning.
No, you do see it. You've been a fan since way before we were winning. Trust me, I sat through some.
They had a few fans. Nothing now.
We had some not fun. I remember literally waking up being stressed to the max about playing Watford. Like you don't even want like Unai Emery era.
No matter what, there's still teams out there that your bogey team. I mean, I hate when Chelsea play Crystal Palace fucking every time. You know.
That's why I was so happy we beat Aston Villa because they beat us twice last year and. Oh, I know that Arteta had that one circled.
Can you explain, because I know you haven't done your homework, can you explain the Champions League to me?
So I'm still waiting to see. The draw is actually today. We're recording on a Thursday, so I'm waiting to see how that works. I'm still waiting to see how that works out with the format. It's all new. I know it's going to be different.
It's the way they're doing it now, because it used to have 4 teams in a division, top 2 go through, nice
Simple.
and easy.
Third goes Europa League.
Now it's different. It's all one league, isn't it? It's just one.
I think
it's one league,
and so.
Obviously the top so and so. I don't know if they're doing it so that the big teams miss each other.
They are. So there are still Pot A, Pot B, Pot C, Pot D, and you basically draw from each pot to make a group, and then you can't have like. Arsenal are in Pot B and Man City are in Pot A, and we won't be in the same group as them. I was trying to get it this morning. Some
of it I read it. You can play 2 teams away from home.
Yeah.
But you don't play them at home.
Yeah, so it's all new. Yes, I think we're all going to kind of learn as it goes on. Yeah. Although there is one thing I do want to mention, and I thought this was awesome. With the new format, there's going to be more group stage games, more whatever.
Is there more teams that enter now?
More games.
It's 2 or 4.
2 or 4 more, but more games, basically. And so what UEFA did is they made an award for Cristiano Ronaldo for being the highest ever goal scorer in the group stage of the Champions League. And they're giving him that award, I believe, tomorrow.
Is that before they stopped doing it that way?
And that is because he did it on the old format, so they're making new awards for the new format. Okay. And I think that's really cool.
But you say there's going to be more games. I mean, I was reading the likes of a few of the Chelsea players, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and some of these others, they're playing in Italy, and they're better. And because they're not getting injured as much, they don't play as many games.
Yeah.
The EPL, as much as we like to watch it, and with all the things, there's too many games.
Well, like you mentioned, the Carbo Cup, and then the FA Cup as well. If you make a deep run in the Carbo Cup and the FA Cup like Man City typically do, like Liverpool and all the other big clubs want to do, you're playing more and more games.
You get a few in Chelsea. If we get a few injuries, we might go down to fucking 42 players.
I hope you make it. I don't know if you can afford injury. You might have to buy some more players. Actually, it might be smart of you to maybe invest in some bench players. You know.
Got rid of 2 goalkeepers today, so we only got 5. Is it 5?
Yeah, you were at 7, so now you're at 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, Kepa going on loan, the most expensive goalkeeper.
Must be good being that 5th goalkeeper.
Could you imagine?
I mean, you don't even get to fucking do it in training.
Speaking of goalkeepers, we're selling Ramsdale to Southampton.
I thought has that gone through yet?
It's all but done.
I'm glad for him because
he needs to play. He needs to play.
Yeah.
And it's no slight on him. I think he was PFA goalkeeper of the year 2 years ago. Like, very great season.
And the good thing about that, playing for Arsenal, I mean, not only he hardly ever got a game, so he hardly touched the ball. In Southampton, fuck me, he'll be sick of it.
Oh, about to say he'll get. I said that to my friend. I was like, if he played for us, he'd probably face maybe 2 to 5 shots a game. Southampton, he'll face that in the first 10 minutes.
If you're goalkeeper you want to play, you want to go for a shit team.
He's gonna get. Well, it depends how busy you want to be.
The only reason I wouldn't want to be a goalkeeper. Firstly, I'm too fucking short.
Yeah.
But secondly, it's just, when you've got a game and it's freezing fucking cold, you stand there. I mean, maybe your hands are good because you've got gloves on, but the rest,
you got to move. You got to move.
Why don't they let referees and that wear tracksuits and stuff like that in the winter? And why do they have to go out in a pair of shorts and a flimsy shirt? I'm serious.
I'm serious. That's beyond me. I've wondered the same thing because you see players wear the Under Armour and the leg pants and stuff. Referees, they're like, hey, brave it. Like, go for it. I mean, sometimes they have gloves and whatnot, but for the most part.
The referees, I mean, they don't deserve fuck all, do they?
Yeah, no, I'm about to say, you're being too nice to referees right now. You'll have one bad call in Chelsea this weekend. Fuck the refs.
Make them wear a thong in future.
Jesus.
Keep your bollocks warm.
Anyways, I do want to talk about FPL, Fantasy Premier League, a little bit. Again, the league for the Londoner is still going on. If you want to join,
well, I'm gonna have a meeting next week with you and Larry and the heads of the supporters groups.
Yeah.
As I said last week, we're going to start doing more soccer stuff, get involved, because everybody, a lot in Addison, they all know each other anyway, and we're getting it here a little bit, and then, Larry, you'll go up into Collierville, you might see the Villa fans. You don't really talk to them. Funny thing is,
They don't
the
wanna
Villa
see me
fans,
right now,
Villa
yeah.
fans have got a certain table they sit in. The week before last, because their game was on at 11:30, they came in and some fans that were watching the previous game were sitting there.
Still there.
So they had to sit at another table. So they weren't very happy, but they can't do much about it.
What are you gonna do?
And the Arsenal fans have got their table.
Yeah.
Okay. But for some reason, the Arsenal fans came in last week and they sat at the Villa table. So the Villa fans come strolling in and they fuck me, they've taken our table.
That's
so
real.
the Villa fans had to sit at the Arsenal table. You don't realise, you talk about politics, I could work for the government.
Yeah.
I could keep Mexico happy and
That might be,
Paraguay
that might be more
and
tense than that
Iran.
presidential debate.
I could solve the Israeli fucking Hamas stuff.
Yeah.
I could solve it. Now
Yeah.
you watch that TV, Hamas, and Israel, you get in the corner, that's yours.
Yeah. No, it might be more tense in that bar sometimes than it will be for that
It's
presidential
awkward for
debate.
us, yeah,
It
because
is.
we have, even here, fucking, you get games. We have fucking wankers.
Yeah.
We had the first game of the season. I forget how many games we had at 9 o'clock, and we can only maximum show 3 different games because of the
And
streaming.
normally there could be 4 or
and
5.
what we're
yeah.
doing. Yeah. So and you've got some people coming. You've got we'll get more Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Might get more United fans or Liverpool fans. 2 blokes came in, sat at the back. Oh, can we get the Everton? Oh, for fuck's
The
sake.
Everton
There's not even two
it was
people-
Tottenham.
Yeah,
It was Tottenham. It was Everton Tottenham. They beat Everton
There's not even
4-0.
2 people at the fucking ground watching your mob.
Yeah.
Why do I have to put that screen? So I had to.
Yeah, no, Tottenham. I think, again, I said it earlier this year, I think this is the year Everton don't survive. They've been so good at just hanging on and just doing enough.
They sold players. I think they bought someone during the week. I forget who, but they can't be.
So far, they've kept their biggest asset, which was Braithwaite, the English
I'm
center
surprised
back.
he didn't go because
People were thinking Man United, but
Yeah.
again, Ten Hag kind of went with the De Ligt and Mazraoui route, going back with his Ajax boys.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone's going to come in. I mean, the deadline day is tomorrow.
Okay, so straight away you've got Everton going down.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Swindon they up?
Ipswich.
and Leicester again, you think?
If Leicester's point deduction holds up or whatever,
Oh, yeah,
then I'm
that's
going to
it,
go.
yeah,
Then I'm
so-
going to go with Leicester. But I also think Southampton are probably my third team.
Southampton were always so good at hanging on in the
They used to be,
EPL.
right?
Yeah,
They used to be. They were a mainstay for a while.
Forest going to struggle again. I mean, or they might be lucky enough. I mean, they've got a decent manager now.
They actually beat Southampton this past weekend.
Yeah.
And speaking of FPL, Morgan Gibbs White, who I think is a brilliant asset, he's in my team, scored the winning goal. I think
he
they'll
don't
do
play
enough.
much, though, does he?
Oh no, he plays like all the time.
Does
He's their
Okay.
main man in my opinion.
Arsenal, what do I know?
Well, Nottingham Forest, but yeah.
Oh, Forest. That's what I meant.
Forest.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
But he
they'll
came
do
to
enough.
Arsenal, didn't he?
No, he didn't. He
Morgan
came from
Gibbs
Wolves. Came from Wolves.
Did he?
Yeah, came from Wolves for like 40, 50
I don't know why I
million.
do this show. I don't know fuck all, man.
You're doing good.
I
You're
don't know
fine. No,
shit.
we're working together. It's a good combo.
I'm like you. I've been so busy. I haven't looked at shit. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
It's a
you
good
know.
combo.
Yeah. The good thing about it, I make you look smart.
You do.
Yeah.
And I make you look smart.
No, you don't.
That's the spirit. Nah, you need more.
You make me look good looking.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You don't need me for that, though. You do that fine on your
of
own.
course I do.
Yeah, there you go. So let's get back into FPL and talk a little bit about it. I think that for those that play the game, you have 100 million budget. Players are worth different values. You can build up to 100 million. You can gain value on players if, like, say that I have.
How does it work? I mean, if you're all in it together, because we're doing a 250
Yeah.
something. We didn't say
Yeah.
pounds or
Yeah, $2.50. Yeah.
The winner, but who keeps an eye on it? Who does the bit where you have to do the league and who's first, who's second? I mean,
so the app tracks all of that.
Oh,
The
it does?
app
You don't
does
have to
all
fuck
that.
around
So
with
like
it?
I can go in the app right now, and I'll tell you right now, I'm currently second in the league. The person above me triple captained Holland this weekend. You get one of those per year. He nailed it. Holland's hat trick. Well done. And then it just tracks your points and adds them together every week. So like over 2 weeks, I think I'm at like 170 or something.
So if you're a diehard, okay,
yeah.
if you die hard, you have to be. Most people have to get buried 6'6". That's if you die hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, work it out.
Yeah.
But if you're a diehard Arsenal fan, okay, and you're doing that thing, is it difficult not to put all Arsenal?
So you can only have 3 players
Okay,
max
see,
from a
I don't know.
club.
Okay.
So I have 3 Arsenal players in my team. I have 2
I bet
Liverpool.
you got Saka in there, haven't you?
I don't actually.
You don't?
I want to get him in.
How can you miss that one?
I have Raya and I have Saliba because I want to double Arsenal defense because our defense is so good. I think that's an easy way to farm points. And then instead of Saka, I went with my boy Kai Havertz. So
Yeah, but you're always on there. I mean, okay, you do it with Havertz. It's always Havertz and Saka. That's all you ever say.
I mean, we got other options
So
too.
you're giving Saka the big E.
I'm gonna try to bring him in. I think I'm gonna swap Salah with Saka soon.
If ever you bump into that man, okay?
Yeah. Oh, I'll cry tears of happiness.
Yeah, no, don't let him. I'll tell you what. If I'll fucking see him, I'll let him know. No,
Hey, he's not in your FPL team. He's going in there next week. He's going in. I just have to
Alright.
roll over a transfer.
Who's your goalkeeper?
David Raya. He's the most expensive goalkeeper at 5.5. There's a couple other goalkeepers around that price. I think that typically I was going to go for
Who are the goalkeepers in the Premier League, do you think? I mean, obviously there's...
that are good in FPL.
There's, Villa Geezer.
Pickford is actually popular because Everton kept some clean sheets last year. Raya's popular. Emi Martinez is very popular. Areola at West Ham for his price is very popular if he's going to consistently start games. Onana, no one's really touching the Man United defense.
Because the way the league has been over God knows how many years, when it was just really mainly all England teams, in England, you always when you go up for a goalkeeper goes up and gets a cross, you had to catch it.
Yeah,
it was very rare that they punched it out.
Now you see it more.
Because all this, if all the Italian, you see the Italians, they go and punch it out. In England, no, you don't punch it, you catch it. Which I get, because you've got control of it when you punch it. But nowadays,
there's more risk of you get bumped, you fumble.
Well, yeah, of course so.
Or if you punch it, you can just send that thing to the moon.
But I'm just saying, years ago, the English said you had to catch the ball on a cross. You never used to punch it.
Yeah. Back to the FPL, I want to talk about two midfielders that I have in my team that I think are really good value. I believe they're I have Emile Smith-Rowe, starting for Fulham, scoring for Fulham this weekend, his first Fulham goal. I believe he's coming...
did he score?
He did score the first goal. I believe he's coming in at 5.5 million. And then I have Morgan Gibbs-White, the Nottingham Forest midfielder who scored this weekend. Again, I had a really great week. All three of my midfielders bagging this week. Gibbs-White, Salah, and Smith-Rowe.
So you didn't put Caicedo in there?
I did not have Caicedo in my squad.
He's not playing that good, actually.
I have Lavia's on my bench just because of his price point and him getting minutes, and he's a low price, so it's a really good placeholder. But I think that if you're starting FPL, you're new to FPL, one thing I would say is I would double Arsenal defense. Even though Arsenal right now has a tough run of games with Brighton, then the international break, and then Tottenham, and then Man City, I just think that our defense is our strong suit, and I think it's one of the strongest in the league at the moment. So I think...
Well, it was, but you did have one defender, didn't you? You bought a defender.
We did bring Calafiori in, the Italian.
Yet?
He did make his debut last week against Villa. He came on for the last 10 minutes or so. And then also, interesting for us, Timber started at left back over Zinchenko. I think that might be more common going forward, specifically away from home.
Do you think Yevchenko, whatever his name is his last year there?
I think it is, yeah.
Well, also, we've got the one that you lot wanted. There's the other Ukrainian. He's not doing good at Chelsea.
Yeah, you might have saved us from dodged a bullet on that one, because we got Trossard instead.
The other side of it as well, if you're a Ukrainian, and I've said it before, you're out there playing, so you've got to have all that shit on it. You can't focus. I really think a lot of that is to do, I know, with both of them. I think, you go home and, you relax. You don't relax. You find out what's going on. So it's for the Ukrainians playing there, it's got to be extra difficult.
Yeah,
because you have to, it's a bit like I said, when Kyle Walker went out to the... wherever we went, fucking Euros, and he had all that shit going on with all his fan and divorces.
This is different because that's his fault.
Well, no, I'm saying it's stuff on your mind.
Yeah.
You've got to have a clear mind and be able to focus, because you have to.
Yeah.
So the Ukrainians, I think, it's a shame. I wish I could give them some more leeway, but it's just,
I mean, the
price point
for him, too, is Mudryk under a lot of pressure.
The young kid, Mudryk, whatever his name is, I wish him well, but it's not going to happen at the moment just because there's so much going on.
And then you got so many wingers now, Neto, and I mean, Sterling won't play for you again, but he's still at the club and he's on 300K a week for the next couple of years, so they need to find it. I know Maresca has been very vocal about, he knows what he needs to do, find a new club. He's not going to play here. And the same.
Do you think Neto says that at the goal? Because I used to say that if ever I scored, I'd go to pick that pick that out of the net. Does he say pick that out of the net?
If I was Sterling, I would try to stay in the EPL, and I would literally train every day to prepare to play Chelsea whenever I played them. I would be so locked in on finding a new club and then working my ass off to beat Chelsea's ass. Well,
you do. I mean, Carl Havertz had done it as well. I mean, when he scored against Chelsea. It was so funny,
too. I told you I saw the pictures of every player that scored, like Kovacic, and it's hands up, no celebration, and then it's Hudson-Odoi when he scored against Jal, hands up, in the corner. And then Havertz is given one of these and sprinting to the corner.
If you're with a team, when they let you go, you never think, well, they're right, I'm not that good, this player's better than me. No, even if there is, you're never going to think that. You shouldn't.
You think, fuck them.
And you shouldn't. Yeah. But when you do leave, when you play against them again, I mean, you really turn it on you, and you do. Sometimes you're able to, sometimes you just don't. Sometimes you prove them right.
Yeah.
What's the most bonding moment that you could say you had with your dad?
So when I was a senior in high school, we were playing the region championship for soccer against our biggest rival, Westminster High School. And with like 7 minutes left in the game, their keeper made a huge mistake. We crossed the ball in. He went down low to catch it, and the ball, like he was on all fours, the ball went through his arms, under his chest, through the back of his legs, and sat on the 2-yard line in the middle of the net. Smashed it in the net. We win the game 1-0, and after the game, I didn't go grab the trophy. I didn't shake any hands with anybody. I ran to the crowd, jumped the fence, and found my dad and gave him a hug. And we still think about that moment a lot. It's like one of my favorite moments of my life.
Mine is with my son. He was 14, and I'd had a pub that I'd closed down on Greenville Avenue, and I've been driving by, and for about 3 months out the back of the pub, in the parking lot where the doors to get in the pub at the back, there was a stainless steel table. And I've gone by for 3 months, the fucking thing's sitting there. Now, them things, they're about $500 new. Okay, depending what size they are. Anyway, just $300 to $500. So anyway, one day I got my son, say, Matthew, I said, come and help me. I've got somebody left on my truck. You need to help me. So we've got the truck. We reversed 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, because you don't do it at night. If you do it at night, it looks like you're nicking it.
Yeah.
So 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we reversed up there. I've got out. Grabbed that end of the table. My son had him just about getting out of the truck. I said, Matthew, for fuck's sake, hurry up. Yeah. Oh, what's the rush? What's the rush? I said, we're fucking nicking it. Oh. He got into a panic. He shit himself. And we got it, but oh my life. Yeah, but I took him on his first thieving mission.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's beautiful. As a father-son bonding.
I feel like one of these birds teaching a little chick, you know.
Yeah.
This is,
You're teaching the youth. I like that. You're letting them know. Be street smart. To be street smart.
Yeah, but exactly. Yeah, I mean, he knows how to nick a table.
$500 table right there.
The thing about that, you don't go at night time because you do it at night.
You look guilty.
You get during the day, no one even looks at you. So anyway.
Well, speaking of looking guilty, let's wrap up with our wanker of the week. Do you have anyone, or would you like me to start?
No, I'm going to go with 10 Bob.
10 Bob again.
Yeah,
I feel like he's such a repeat offender on the show.
He is. He's a what?
Repeat offender.
I can't believe he said that again.
Yeah.
See,
God damn it.
No.
God damn it. Wrap up. Hurry it up. Let's get it done.
10 Bob. Wanker of the week.
10 Bob.
Just for his substitutions.
I'm going to go with Emi Martinez for letting in Thomas Partey's long shot. It should have never been in the back of the net. So that was our second goal to make it 2-0. Saka tried to dribble in, got stuck, laid it off to Partey, top of the box. And we've seen him shoot from there plenty. And he scored some bangers from there, specifically the one against Tottenham comes to memory at home. This was not a great shot. This was a shot that I would be very upset if Arsenal let in. You'd be very upset if Chelsea let in, specifically with your 7 goalkeepers. But Martinez tried to dive down low, and he could tell. Like, he slammed, like he dove, saw the ball go in just right by him, punching the ground, head down, like pissed off, right? So I'm going to give it to him because he loves to talk.
Yeah, he does. He
loves to talk about Arsenal and how he wasn't given this and given that.
I mean, look at the World Cup when he did.
He's a loud man. So I love seeing him get humbled a little bit. That made me very happy, especially because I'll say this too. Partey covered up a stinker of a game with that goal. Like, he played shambles in my opinion. Like, enough to where I was screaming at my television for Jorginho to come on the pitch. I was begging.
See, like he didn't get your way, innit?
I love Jorginho. I know, right? So I was texting my friends at like halftime, and I'm like, get him off the field. Like, get Partey off the pitch. He is so slow. Scores the goal. I text him. Always loved him. Absolutely huge fan.
Who's playing who this weekend? I know Man U have got
Liverpool. Tottenham play Newcastle away.
Have you got Tottenham the week after?
So 3 weeks because of the international break. There's the international break for 2 weeks, and then we play
Chelsea
Tottenham.
Playing this week. Any idea?
I have not looked at your.
Honestly, sorry, everybody.
I haven't looked at your game, but I looked at the main ones, and it's us, Brighton, Man City, West Ham is the 11:30 a.m. kickoff. So that's the last game this Saturday.
Because we're not, you can't tell me who Chelsea or Wrexham are playing this week.
Wrexham. Do you know who Wrexham are playing this week? Who's Wrexham playing?
Fucking no.
That's what I thought. We'll end it on that, guys. Those are our wankers of the week.
Next week, I'm hoping we've got to start getting guests.
We're going to get guests.
I've got a fella coming on next week, Jono. He's a Nottingham Forest fan.
Okay, that's a great person to talk to.
Yeah, no, he's a Nottingham Forest fan.
He can help you about dealing with signing 50 players.
Now, if you think I talk a lot, this bloke does not shut the fuck up.
I can't wait.
He does, but he just talks and no one fucking listens.
I can't wait.
No one listens. So, so next week I'm just going to sit here. Jono, there's the mic, mate. Get on with it.
Awesome. Well, Jono, we look forward to having you guys. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, we're out. Peace.